What is good, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of L Boogie and the Bell. Welcome to a live or in person. Welcome to a brand new edition of L Boogie and the Bell, where you get both of us in the same room. This is probably only the second time in the entire show, but more important than all that shit, L Boogie, how we doing today?
Hey man, glad to be here in person with my dog. Yeah, man, only second time we're in person. It'll be a little different. It'll flow a little different, but I'm ready, man. We've got a good day of football, some basketball going on. Let's get into it.
Absolutely. L Boogie, let's just talk about it real quick. Let's play a quick game of how about that. I saw a great video on TikTok and they were just going about how about that. And basically, the way that you play is just how about football? Let's just talk about how about football. What about football? Like, why a show about football? Why a show about sports? Why can two men come together to talk about football? And let's just start with how about that? Like how about end zone to end zone, L Boogie?
All right, we getting philosophical. I mean, sports to me, sports brings people together, right? It's football. We all come to watch grown men play a child game sport, grown men competing, making crazy athletic plays, and there's a lot of schemes and effort that goes into it. There's just a lot to dissect, a lot to talk about from a X's and O's standpoint, from a emotional standpoint, shit, financial resources, everything. Like you can spend forever talking about sports. So that's why I think it makes sense for two dudes who played high school sports to get together and talk about our shit.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, that's a good quick way to go about it. But yeah, how about it? How about the sport of football, man? Doesn't it just bring the best out on this time of year? But anyways, let's get right into the games of the NFL week. We are officially we're getting pretty much done with NFL week 9 Sunday. You know, we're filming this one during this Chiefs and the Bills. We're gonna give you guys some updates on that one. It looks like the Bills are running away with that. But more importantly, let's start with at the beginning. So let me get that up.
Yeah.
L Boogie, let's get straight to it. We're not playing around here, L Boogie. We have a resurging Ravens beating the Dolphins 28-6. L Boogie, tell me how you feel about the Ravens right now and where their ceiling is with a very dominant performance from a returning Lamar Jackson. What you got?
Honestly, getting Lamar back and getting him healthy, very, very scary. The Ravens going down the stretch have one of the easiest schedules going forward, and we just saw it on Thursday. They put belt to ass on the Dolphins. So I think they're certainly their ceiling is potentially division if they win all the way out and beat the Steelers twice. But I think they're working their way towards a wild card spot. So I would take them super seriously moving forward.
Yeah, they're officially back. And when I say back is like they're in playoff contention. I think the Steelers have something to be worried about being that they just dropped, but we will get to the Steelers, which I have a great take about them as well. But anyways, we're focused on the Ravens. So with the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 18 of 23, 204, 4 touchdowns. Bliss. I mean, very productive day out of Derrick Henry, 19 of 119 yards, 6.3 a carry. They're a squad. They're a squad. I like to see everybody getting into the end zone. Zay Flowers was still a productive day, the most yards. I think this game was a reflection of how hot both Miami and the Ravens were last week. And I think Ravens really showed up to the plate that I'm more proud of them last week than I am this week. We expect Lamar Jackson to do what he does, is that to be a superstar MVP. But we did not expect the Ravens to understand what they're best at. And what they were best at was a system that they've had for probably the past 2 years, where Tyler Huntley is backing up Lamar Jackson. Athletic quarterback who can do just enough, who plays well into your system. Derrick Henry being productive, getting that team morale back together. I love the fact what they did last week. I think it easily carried over to this week. Miami, let's move into Miami. I liked what they did last week. They had the same opportunity this week. I would have enjoyed this game if it was 28-27. But being that it was 28-6, it's like, okay, so we're just going to be a very inconsistent team. And I feel strongly about the idea of benching Tua Tagovailoa just to see what the future could possibly hold. What you think, Elba?
I mean, giving Quinn Ewers a chance would be interesting for sure. You have so much money tied to Tua, though. It's hard for me unless he's injured. For me, seeing the Dolphins benching him just because of how much money is tied to him. Because then they're going to be in a Kirk Cousins situation where you're paying your backup, hella money. But yeah, the Dolphins, they as a team, as an organization, they just don't look good at all. They fired their GM after this game.
They did.
I didn't even know he had a 10+ year tenure as their
Wow.
GM. So everything as far as acquisition, personnel, that's been on him. And this team doesn't look like a very talented team. So Obviously, he gets the blame. Head coach will get an opportunity to stay, at least I think through the end of the season. But yeah, this team needs a lot of work. It would be interesting to see Quinn Ewers get a nod just to see is he going to be successful at the NFL. But yeah, this team is just bad, and they showed it on Thursday.
Yeah, they fucking suck. But the reason that they effing suck instead of just suck is that I mean they still play at an NFL level. It's super inconsistent and it's just not gonna work. Head coach, obviously GM now that he's gone, quarterback, it's broken. It's okay for certain things to be broken. I don't want to give all hope away because we have the Panthers, who have a winning record, probably for the first time in a lot of years this far into the season, but we'll get to that as well. But anyways, closing out the Dolphins, let's start thinking about breaking it up. It is okay to be paying your backup quarterback more than you're paying a rookie or a 1 or 2 year player. If it gives more opportunity to the team, the fans, and everything for the future. Anyways, moving on, L Boogie, we got the 49ers looking like they got another solid win. We have the New York Giants taking the loss, and they are going to be Cam Scatterboo this week. And for the rest of the season. El Boogie, did you get anything out of this one? I think you got to watch this one on the flight.
I did get to catch this on my flight in. Honestly, even though it 10-point loss for the Giants, I like what I saw from the Giants. I like what I saw from Jackson Dart. Even though they lost, and honestly, the 49ers were in charge most of the game, I think the Giants as an organization and as a fan base, they have a lot to look forward to. This guy is showing that he can be a franchise quarterback. You just got to put pieces around him. They need to get healthy. Obviously, Scadaboo's out. They'll continue building this team, building rapport, keep Brian Daboll, keep the head coach. And I think the Giants next year, they're gonna be a much better improved team. So the future looks, I think, good for them. And then Niners are having an impressive season with all the injuries and everything that's happened so far. They are very impressive. Shout out Mac Jones. Shout out Christian McCaffrey. Hope he stays healthy because if that man goes down, this is gonna get ugly. But they're doing really good. Honestly, their head coach Kyle Shanahan, I think he's probably second or maybe even tied for first for coach of the year in my opinion with Shane Steichen in Indianapolis. But yeah, no, Niners good day, good road win.
I mean, it looks like they beat them out on everything production, which you expect that out of a young quarterback team and a very, very solid establishment that they have in San Francisco, huh? If what feels like the past 10 years, like at any given year, you know the San Francisco 49ers could just be in there. You don't know why. You do know why, because they have a really good system. They have a really good city. Seems like they have a really good program and everything built out. Now, they haven't actually achieved the Super Bowl, but that's a different story. I'm going to raise you a question that I feel like nobody is going to address yet. How do we feel about Mac Jones and potentially getting your quarterback back? Not this year, right? He's out for the season.
No, he can come back.
Okay. Well, them, and then we obviously saw what happened with the Vikings. Not too good. But I think Mac Jones is way younger. Mac Jones is way younger. I'm talking about then who did the Vikings shoulder?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz is at the back end of his career.
Sure.
I still like Carson Wentz over JJ McCarthy because maybe give JJ McCarthy more time to develop. But my point is with Mac Jones, you got Mac Jones and Brock Purdy. They're right there. And a good system's always going to have a quarterback who could fit into it and make it work. Mac Jones has obviously proved that. So has Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's made it to a Super Bowl. Mac Jones plugged into the system and looks perfectly fine. Are there any concerns about letting Brock Purdy come back and take his starting position or continue on with Mac Jones? Or am I the only person thinking about it?
I don't think there's any issue. I think you put Brock Purdy back in because I don't think Mac Jones is doing anything that Brock Purdy can't. I think Mac Jones and Brock Purdy, they have similar skill sets. I think Brock Purdy is a smidge more mobile than Mac Jones. But yeah, you put your guy that you're making, you're paying $50+ million to, you put him in, you let him play. He'll probably do very similar to what Mac Jones is doing. But you have confidence that, okay, if for any reason down the stretch Brock Purdy can't go, Mac Jones can, and he's proving now that he's capable. And the beautiful part is they signed him to a 2-year deal. So you have a solid backup, not just for this season, for next season too. So I think the Niners they have a good runway for success.
Yeah, and you never know who could get injured at what point. If there is a playoff injury and you can rely on Mac Jones in this type of system, I'm like, damn, what a hell of a deal.
Now, the one thing I do worry about is Christian McCaffrey. his usage is so high. I think he's their leading receiver, believe it or not. I think he's their leading receiver.
He's a natural horse, so if he chooses to play that role forever, as long as it doesn't end up in a catastrophic injury.
I don't even know if it's a choice. I saw one clip where he like wanted to come out for a play, and the coach was like, "No, no, stay in for this play."
If anybody I trust to be that level of workhorse going all the way to the Panthers, it's Christian McCaffrey. Unfortunately, people are gonna get injured. People are gonna get injured on their very first play. Some people are gonna get injured after getting overworked. It's the National Football League. Some people are built for more durability than others, but you can't play that way. So if you're capable of doing it and making sure that every single rep is a good rep, I mean, hey, now if he is trying to get out the game and, ends up blowing a knee and we're all talking 3 weeks from now, like as if he's Cam Scatterboo, it's like, yeah, maybe he was doing a little too much.
Yeah.
But I don't want anything like that to happen to him. So keep working. I hope it works out. Boogie, moving on to a game that I don't understand why it was this close. And I actually thought the Titans were going to win this game at one point. We have one of the most interesting teams in the AFC West being the Los Angeles Chargers. Completely wiped out their division to start the season. Had a little bit of a shaky, and now they're kind of peeling back, but not being as quote-unquote dominant as they probably started their season. How you feel about them against the Tennessee Titans? And let's just check. No touchdowns for Cam Ward today.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit of a Superman performance for Justin Herbert. I think that interception he threw was a pick six. But yeah, no, he had aside from that, he had a really good day today. I mean, yeah, it's
led the team in rushing yards.
It is clear that the Chargers are a good team. When we saw them have that couple week stretch where they weren't that good, it's because their O-line was super banged up. And what happened in this game? Your starting right tackle, who had to become your new left tackle after Rashawn Slater went down, Joe Alt. Joe Alt had to get carted off with an ankle injury today. So now you've lost both your starting tackles again. And they don't have a particularly easy schedule going forward. So I worry about them and how long they can actually keep this up given their own line concerns.
Yeah, and I mean, as we're currently watching this Chiefs and Bills game, this game could go either way. The Chiefs could easily be 6-3 as well, right? So you got a 7-2 Broncos team, a 6-3 Chargers, a 6-3 Chiefs. I trust at this moment, I trust the Chiefs and the Broncos a lot more than I trust the Chargers. And I think everybody thinks that's a fair assessment. So I don't know when they're going to pick up back to the realm of hitting the high horse or if there's going to be a steep decline as we enter the second half of the season. So they're a little bit scary. As far as the Titans, Cam, hey, man, I'm going to say it every single week, brother. We here for you. Not this year. Hopefully next year. Keep working. Keep working, dog. We here for you. We want you to do nothing but succeed in this life. The Lions did come back. They started off a little slow, which it doesn't look like they started off too slow. It seemed like it, but we have the Minnesota Vikings going into Detroit. Detroit that's been a semi-powerhouse, winning 27-24. Boogie, how you feel about the tough win on the road? And this is with a JJ McCarthy coming back, right? So it was nasty last week. Like it was like the quarterback looked like he didn't want it to live. Like
it looked like the coaching staff didn't want it.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like that was bad.
Yeah.
And to come back and be a powerhouse Detroit Lions, how you feel?
I mean, I think JJ McCarthy, I think his first half was very good, very clean. He got kind of choppy towards the end. But again, when I really think about JJ McCarthy, to me, JJ McCarthy is a rookie quarterback because he did not play at all last season. And this year, I think this is only his third game that he's played in. So that's how I'm looking at JJ McCarthy. And looking at it from that perspective, like in the same light that I would judge like a Cam Ward or a Jackson Dart, I think he did okay today. Like he did okay. He wasn't perfect, of course, but he did okay. And obviously they got the win. Now I think you have to give some credit to their defense limiting Detroit to 24 points because we know how powerful that offense can be. But yeah, I think a good team win and JJ did what he needed to do.
Looking at the stats, I mean, I guess we have high expectations for Jared Goff, but it looks like he did his job. I don't know where the complications were for the Lions to win this game. I'll have to watch some highlights.
It looks like they couldn't run the ball at all. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs only had 25 yards.
Yeah, 65. I was going to say 75 is not horrible between two of your,
But neither one of them getting above 4 yards per carry. That's a bad day for the Lions.
Yeah, I thought it was 75. It's actually 65. 65 is not looking like it was too productive, especially being that they do scheme outside the tackles a lot for them to succeed. Looks like Jared Goff did his job, like you said. Looks like we had a problem rushing. Looks like everybody got their targets. I don't know. I mean, and of course, it's the National Football League. You're gonna win. You're gonna lose some tough ones. This is a game to lose. It's just
You would have wanted to win this if you were Detroit because it was a home game.
exactly, and that's where it really comes in. So I do wonder how Detroit bounces back from this one. But moral wise, I think the Vikings are right where they need to be at the halfway point of the season because now you could either go on a 4-game win streak or you could continue this 4-4, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 2 for 2. So it depends. I don't know. I like this as a moral victory for them after last week's showcase because last week it was not good. Detroit will bounce back. They're in a great spot. Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons, one of the best worst teams of this season, when losing against El Boogie. I'm hot on this New England team. I'm not too into the New England Patriots. Never have been, which is funny because they've been one of the most dominant teams in our lifetime. I'm liking this I like this New England Patriots team. 7-2, figuring out ways to win, develop their quarterback, develop a squad, have some veteranship. Atlanta Falcons, they could win or they could lose, but 3-5 is obviously leaning towards more losing. Boogie, how you feel about this one?
This one's strange to me because I mean, I think the Falcons actually had a very solid day. I mean, Drake London, he went for like 170 yards, I believe, and 3 touchdowns. Like that's insane, or not 170, 118.
Oh, yeah,
But still, like he had a great day. Michael Penix, he looked like he had a pretty solid day throwing the football. Bijan had an amazing rushing day, but they can't all be amazing, right? So, I mean, these two teams, I think at their peaks, these two teams are very equivalent, and it's shown in the score, obviously. So yeah, I'd have to look more to see what the win the turnover battle and you still lose the game.
Hmm.
I don't know how the Falcons lost this actually. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Patriots though.
two, a fumble and a pick. Oh no, a fumble and a yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like this New England Patriots team. I think that this is an actual good team. I don't think they're a sleeper team. They are a first round exit this year, but next year I think that they could give a lot of teams problems. I see them going out no different than the Broncos went out last year.
I don't know. I think this New England team is better than the Broncos team last year as a whole team.
We'll see. So
We can't act like they didn't beat the Bills at the Bills a couple weeks
they
ago.
did, and that was
That was
fine.
an impressive win. Like imagine that could
With
have
the
been that could
veteranship,
have
like
been a
this is my
playoff.
old team. Let me show you guys how to perform. I like this. I like this New England Patriots team. I think that this team will surprise people. I don't see them making it out of the first round. Now, yeah, I don't see it. Not this year, but next year they're gonna be right where they need to be. Dang, we still got them on. Oh, I was about to say. Okay, we were on. Oh man, the Steelers beat the Colts. I had no idea. This one happened. It looked like it was a great game
I was
too.
happy about this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk
Hell
to
yeah.
me.
I mean, well, first off, I want the Broncos to be the number one seed and the Colts are on their way. But what I noticed looking at the stats is Daniel Jones had a vintage Daniel Jones game. A very vintage
Oh,
Daniel Jones game, and that honestly is why they lost. I mean, we've seen a lot of peak Daniel Jones throughout the season. I was kind of waiting for what we're used to, the normal Daniel Jones to show up, and this is what happened. Turnovers with the ball. Obviously, he still threw for 300 yards, so it's not like the offense wasn't moving and wasn't producing, but still, three turnovers. That's not a recipe for success. Looks like the Steelers did a good job of slowing down Jonathan Taylor, who has been on a heater as of late, holding him to less than 50 yards, not even 3.5 yards per carry. So I think the Steelers just defensively did enough to pull this out.
yards wise, he still did amazing. I mean, and they still had 20 points on the board, but 342 yards is still
It's the turnovers.
yeah, that's very, very exciting. So if the turnovers were in the red zone, which I'm assuming 2 of those were, because that's how many yards he had at 342.
3 fumbles plus.
So they had 6 turnovers in one game?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, so this was one of those games. I mean, Jonathan Taylor probably had at least one of those fumbles, right? I don't know. I guess the Steelers have a premium defense against one of the hottest offenses this year.
Which is weird because the Steelers defense has not looked good.
Trash.
They have not looked good, but today they decided, all right, we're fine.
And the Steelers defense hasn't been trash, but in comparison to some of the powerhouses in the league, I haven't seen the Steelers just been this level of dominance against literally the hottest offense. Name a hotter offense than the Colts this year.
It's they've been very consistent in their production. Like I think the Bucks for a period were really, really hot.
I like the Seahawks.
The Seahawks, but
That's a fire
yeah,
offense.
they were putting a lot of points on the board, but Yeah, no, the Colts have been on top of it. Again, I think it's literally the turnovers. You turn that 3 picks into 1 pick, I think the Colts win this game.
That's a nasty one. But yeah, I mean, these games happen. Shout out to the Steelers. The Steelers are definitely going to the playoffs this year. They're just not making it out the first round.
See, okay, but hold on. We have to be kind of careful when we make these playoff assessments because there's only so many spots.
They will be 1 out of the 6.
What, 7?
Well, 7, they're not going to be the number 1 seed.
But you got to keep in mind, like, who are we looking at? We're looking at the Steelers. We're looking at the Ravens. We're looking at the Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs. We're looking at one team from the AFC South has to be in it. And then we're also looking at Bills and Patriots. That's 8 teams. 8 teams. So one team already has to be out. Oh, Houston.
I don't want to hear no Houston. God damn it. Speaking of the Houston Rockets, speaking of the Houston Texans. Speaking of the Houston Texans, they actually took a interesting loss to our squad, the Denver Broncos, at home. I don't believe the Houston Texans deserve to win this game. First and foremost, I want to say I hope, wow, here we go with this. I hope CJ Stroud is okay. Let's address that first, El Boogie. Was that a dirty hit?
I didn't even see the hit.
So CJ Stroud got put to sleep.
Okay.
And the reason we know he got put to sleep was based off of the way, let's see, because I feel like it'll be right here. He got put to sleep based off of the way that the linebacker, I think it was Singleton, kind of like he went straight for the Texan sideline, like, yeah, come on. And he kind of gave, the old school to a gang sign. So we all know what that, and it's not funny, but we all know what the two attack of a lower gang sign thing is. Let's just pull up the play, man. Let's pull up the play. It's worth it.
Crazy. Honestly, and looking at this game and how both offenses struggled, I think if CJ Stroud doesn't leave this game, I think the Broncos might have lost this, to be honest, because I don't think Davis Mills was executing at all. Well, let's check out this with this ad brought to you by Sandwich the Skip button.
So this one's really worth reviewing because it's like
ran it. Nah, I don't think it's late.
Now I do believe that the hit was late, but for some reason, like, my heart is saying that it's not a legal hit. And what I mean by that is he didn't hit. It wasn't helmet to helmet contact. Mm-hmm. Everybody kind of felt it in the moment where, like, yeah, but it wasn't. And was it a late slide? Yes, it was a late hit, but was it a late slide? I think that's the biggest thing.
I mean, it's okay. So I think they were right to throw a flag, and it certainly should have been a penalty. I don't think it should be like a suspension or anything like that, but a penalty, sure, because I guess he was actively giving himself up. Damn, yeah, that's a bad one.
I don't think this was a bad one because remember, he did not get hit in the head.
No, I mean, like, from impact, like, you see him.
He's he's thugging.
But no, the hit itself, that's a rough one for CJ Stroud, but he's giving himself up, so I think that is a flag because he is actively like, I'm sliding, don't touch me. But he did wait as long as he could have. That's the tough part about this is, okay, quarterback is giving himself up. I'm not supposed to hit him, but if I'm already in the process of hitting him and he starts sliding, that's a gray area. So I don't know. But this ball game, 2 top defenses going at each other. Neither offense really had a ton of success. This came down to which team could have the right plays at the end of the game, and that was the Broncos, fortunately.
Yeah, I wish the best for Bo. Me and our homeboy Brian, we were watching the game earlier, and in real time, you're like, oh damn, like, that's 15 yards. More importantly, he's laying out. He's laid out sleep. Like, nobody wants to go to work and go to sleep. That's not what we all like. All of us don't envision going to work to sleep. So I immediately went to feel bad, but then I saw the replay and I was like, okay, I do think he's going to be okay because it did take time for him to get up. And then I had to address it where I'm like, okay, there's no head-to-head contact. Yes, he gave himself up late. That was a pretty good hit. So if he was running and he got hit in the knee, it would be a perfectly legal hit. And I think that in that DB's head, that's what he went for. So I don't know. I just wanted to address that one first because I think they did the right thing. We picked up the flag. We all moved on. There wasn't too much fight. I do respect the O-line who's like, okay, you hit my quarterback. It could have been a bad hit. I think that situation worked out perfectly, but more importantly, we hope that CJ Stroud comes back as soon as next week or takes a week off because you don't want to see anybody go out like that.
He's not playing next week.
I think that's what the protocol will say. Yeah. I'm not sure if he was actually asleep. He was asleep, but I don't know.
We'll see him in 2 weeks.
Here's a good question. Based off of the way he started the game, 6 to 10, 79 yards, it felt like he did a little bit more to start the game. Like, it felt like they were starting to get into their offensive flow. They had to switch it up, literally, to Davis Mills. Would they have won with CJ Stroud on the field? I say hell no.
I think so. I think so, just because I think CJ Stroud would have made the right play when it was needed. Down the stretch, when the Texans in the fourth quarter couldn't do anything, I think CJ Stroud makes 1 or 2 plays that result in maybe them getting that last second field goal as opposed to the Broncos getting it.
Yeah, I this is what I'll say. The Broncos did deserve to win this game. I do think they would have won this game if CJ continued to play. I just don't like how they're playing at the tempo of the other team, right? So they're and what they're really doing is playing the tempo of their defense. The offense is too strongly reliant on having such a dominant defense. I get it. It feels good to know that we could throw screen passes for a full half. That's not working. You only get 3 to 6 chances. You only get 3 to 6 possessions in the first half. I love the idea of trying it again, but not again and again and again, because you're putting your defense in the hardest position possible. I get it. You trust them. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Like, you trust your defense to do that, but you can't trust them to do that against every single team. They are too reliant on their defense being dominant. You know what's the number one thing that worked today, El Boogie? Running the ball with J.K. Dobbins on first down. For some odd reason, and he looks slow to me, but goddamn, does he not hit the hole better than anybody we've had in the past couple of years? He hits the hole perfectly and just
Like
finds range,
burst,
and
like quick bursts.
he'll wait and let the play out. I think J.K. Dobbins is one of the most exciting Broncos we've had, and skilled and mature players we've had in a lot of years. He really could figure out the field, and I don't know if that comes with experience or if that's just his style of play. I don't know if he carried that with him at Ohio State. So what I want to say is, like, the run game works. Like, it really does work. Why are we throwing these bubble screen passes on first down at our own 20, right? After a 3 and out.
There's a couple things that frustrate me so much with this offense. I think the 2 biggest things are, yes, the excessive screens. Sean Payton, we get it. You like to call screens. Stop it. Like, just stop, bro. Like, they should give him a screen quota. All right, you can only call 5 screens in a fucking game. Because I'm tired of seeing screens, and I'm tired of seeing Bo Nix like make bonehead decisions and then be like, "Oh, my bad, sorry guys, sorry." Like,
he got J.K. Dobbins
got him
up.
lit up, and I'm like, bro, imagine if he would have got a concussion or something, and all right, now you're down your lead back for a week or 2. Like, he was making some bonehead throws. He made a really bad one that should have been a pick, and Derek Stingley just dropped it, fortunately. Yeah, I mean, I think with Bo Nix, it's a lot of up and downs, but he just I think, just better decision making. I was really happy in the fourth quarter when he actually said, "Hey, you know what? There's a hole. I'm gonna run." Like, oh hey, guess what I can do? I can use my legs. That was great. Do that more often, especially when you're getting, blitzed and you have such a dominant pass rush coming after you. Take off, bro.
What I want to see next, and what I want to see very, very soon for the Broncos. This is all I want to see. I want them to try different things on first down and then continue to work what's best. I think more importantly than anything, and I'm talking from the sideline, right? I'm not an NFL head coach. I'm not a little league head coach. If they focus on first down, first 2 quarters for the rest of the year, I would be very happy, and I would be very faithful moving into the playoffs, because that's where they're struggling the most. First down, first play of the series, first 2 quarters. Let's start focusing on that. I don't want to see bubble screens. I don't want to see these horrible puts together screens. I am okay with 3 to 4 yards. Now start scheming from that. Because then a bubble screen could work, because maybe you do get 2 yards. Okay, so now we only have a 3rd and 5. I'm just sick of seeing 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, and the worst is 3rd and 15. Like, we don't want to see that. We don't. And we don't want to see 3rd and 9 either. And I just think that there are certain plays that are happening to the outside that's, instead of just running the ball up the middle with a very, very unique running back. He's really unique to me. I like the way that he plays the hole. But
sure.
I don't know. Anyways, another one in the books. They're looking strong. I'm excited for them to do this next round of AFC West. I think the Broncos need to beat the AFC West before we start worrying about Super Bowls.
We got very fortunate, too, that we won this game even without having Pat Surtain in. We don't know exactly how many weeks he'll be out, but it was nice that they got this win. We do have to play the Chiefs though in like a week or two, or no, it's Raiders and then the Chiefs. I don't think he'll be back by that Chiefs game, so I'm a little worried about that one.
Yeah, but what I'll say is losing to the Chiefs at the Chiefs, which I hope it is at the Chiefs. I think we're back home. No, I think it is home.
I think it's home.
Yeah,
but that's an acceptable loss though. Like losing against the Chiefs when you are down your star corner. Like they're on a hot streak right now, right? Like we've won 7 games in a row or 6 games in a row, something like that. At some point, the streak is going to end. So if it ends against the Chiefs or whoever,
we're
it's
okay
okay.
with that.
It's fine. It happens.
And then to prepare for the Chiefs, I think it is at Arrowhead to end the season. It's like one of the last 3 games at Chiefs at Arrowhead with a Pat Surtain. And it changes the dynamic. And then you get to see how the pass rush really does it with the dominant DVs and Riley Moss, He's good. He's great. He's great. Anyways, they're for our Broncos. Moving on to the Bears and Bengals. Absolute cinema, El Boogie. Absolute cinema. 2 teams that I do not care. Once again, before we even get to the Panthers, we have another team that has a positive record. I honestly don't know how. El Boogie has close to 90 points scored in this game, right? 40. Yeah, close to 90.
89 points. Man, in terms of excitement on this game, I think this has to be like top 3 games of the season so far. When you think of like week 1, Ravens versus Bills, that wasn't a crazy game. You think that showdown between the Seahawks and the Buccaneers games, and now here we are with this one. You have the Bears and the Bengals trading blows. That fourth quarter was crazy. Fourth quarter, absolutely insane. Bengals drive down the field, get the touchdown. You're up by 1 point with, I think, 50 or 40 seconds left. And the Bears, oh my. Actually, you know what? I don't even want to credit the Bears as much. I think the Bengals defense is just terrible. Just terrible.
I just can't believe how this one ended.
You're gonna show the last play, and you're gonna see what that Bengals secondary does. They had Joe Flacco and Caleb Williams looking like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, just to be let down by that sorry ass defense on this play.
Oh,
look! Scramble, run.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no, not this play. Maybe it's the next play. Yes, the next play.
Damn, Caleb Williams be looking uncomfortable.
Now watch.
There.
Look, no timeouts. You need points. Gets the ball. Guess what? Boom.
Dart.
Good throw.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Sorry excuse.
What a way to lose a game. Yeah. Oh, this is what I'll say. The Bengals are one of the most historically bad defenses I've ever seen in my life.
Between this year and last year, yeah.
Like the Broncos, what we were able to do, and I know the Broncos' secret, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, well, the Broncos are a great team. Like, yeah, we're a great defense. I know the Broncos' secret, and it's that we're not that good of an offense. Now, the Bengals will make you feel that way. That shit is embarrassing. Like, I don't know how this secondary feels week in and week out, having to go back to the locker room like, yeah, man, we got to get better. Like, nigga, I know you're not talking to us. I know that's what the offense is thinking. Like, I know y'all not talking to us.
The saddest part is I think if they make that tackle, I think the Bengals win this game. Because the Bears didn't have any timeouts. He was in the middle of the field unless they rushed the kicker out to kick a last-second field goal. Like, I think the Bengals would have won this game if they had made a tackle. Shout out to the kids at home playing football. Tackling. Fundamentals. And this is why it matters. Because at this point, there's nothing the Bengals could do, really.
Did he get a chance? No, he didn't get a chance. And then what a bad Hail Mary.
Hail Mary?
So, yeah, I mean, just watching the last 2 minutes of the full game highlights, it's clear to see that, once again, your secondary gave up 47 points. I'm not sure how much your pass rush could give up. Nothing. Yeah, so I don't know. I did want to see that just because I'm like, how? I know this was like a complete shootout.
That was actually such a bad Hail Mary. It wasn't even close to the end zone.
Oh, look.
That shit was so bad.
We were wondering about Mount Prater. All right. Yeah, anyways. But my takeaways for both of their seasons is, man, I don't think Joe Flacco's cooked. I think that's really cool that what he's doing. How many yards did this young man have? I'm assuming still had 2 interceptions.
And honestly, one of them you can't really fault him because that was the Hail Mary at the end of the game.
Oh, okay, cool.
So really just one bad pick or one pick. Sure.
Damn, but 500 yards at 40 with 4 tubs and 1 interception technically. Shout out Caleb Williams.
Shout out Caleb Williams.
But no, see, I know their secret. Just like I know the Broncos' secret. I will go through every single team that the Bengals had played. Yes, you remember last year? Whose secret did we know more than anybody? Russell Wilson had 450 yards. The Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. I know your guys' secret. And when offenses play you guys, I know their secret too. So I'm not impressed when people are putting up 35 plus points on the Bengals. I'm not. Now, to be able to win is being able to outshoot. And if Joe Burrow's not on the field, it's not that cool to me. Joe Flacco, shout out to you, man. To be able to put up 470 against the Bears, that's pretty dope. Like, hey, everybody ate. You know, I feel like a lot of bonuses at the end of the year are going to get paid out if you have it in your contract, besides any DB. But
this was definitely a breakout game for Colston Loveland, their first round pick. He caught that winning touchdown. Like, that was good for him.
Fire.
Yeah.
Caleb, I can't give him too much.
The Bengals.
Damn. Can you imagine?
That stat line is crazy. T. Higgins 8. Today.
2 tubs, 121, 7 receptions. Jamar Chase. I wish he would have got a tub. Hey, man, it is what it is. Bengals, gotta get some money in that defense, man. Boogie. I hate to say I told you so, but I can't because it's not a fact. I don't have no faith in this team, but God damn it, the world does for some reason, or God. The Carolina Panthers, halfway through the season, are 5-4. They beat the Green Bay Packers, one of my early Super Bowl predictions. And still, I think it's going to be a great playoff team. I honestly believe that. If you really, and it's weird to say this, but if you really look at their records right now, for some reason, the Carolina Panthers pretty much have the same record as the Green Bay Packers. I mean, the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Yes. What the hell happened here?
You know what's crazy? This is technically only the Packers' second loss of the season, which is hilarious. Man, you know, shout out to
hell of a rushing.
Shout out to Rico Dowdle. He has been cooking the last couple weeks. I think Chuba Hubbard has just lost his job. He has just lost that starting running back role. But yeah, shout out to Rico Dowdle running the ball. I think the Panthers have really dived into their run game because Bryce Young isn't giving you anything. And what I think is kind of sad about this is you see the Panthers winning record, but Bryce Young isn't it. Like 100 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. I wouldn't be surprised if in the offseason, the Panthers do something like, I don't know, trade for a Mac Jones, maybe. I think Bryce Young is playing himself out of Carolina. Because it's clear, hey, dude, we're winning despite you, not because of you.
And it's funny because I remember I feel like the Panthers are building this like Tampa Bay situation where it's like we just need to plug in somebody better. They should be the Panthers if they get rid of Young. Yeah, we're watching it. The Panthers, if the Panthers, yeah, we're watching it. It's right up here. If the this Chiefs game is getting intense. 21-28. We're on the fourth quarter. 11 seconds left. Who got the ball?
The Chiefs.
Oh man,
they're 1 play away from Hail Mary territory.
We're probably behind. Ball game. No,
they got 1 more play.
So the game's over for you? Huh?
Yeah.
So the Chiefs probably lost. Oh wow, it is. All right, so we're awaiting the end of the Chiefs game. We're pretty sure the Chiefs lost. We're a little behind in the living room. But yeah, my last statement with the Panthers is they should be looking for their Baker Mayfield, their Sam Darnold, their who's a fresh face that's just doing great things on a new team. Maybe even their Aaron Rodgers. What if they do just need a game manager, right? Like
they might, honestly.
Not Joe Flacco, but maybe Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is still carrying the status. All right, last play of the Chiefs game, ball game.
Yeah.
Bills win. Chiefs fall to 5-4. Broncos are well ahead.
Still at first. Yep.
Yeah. Chiefs are still here. They did that against the Bills. Not too many teams can do that with the Bills. I wouldn't be surprised
if Carolina makes an offseason move to get a replacement for Bryce Young. But yeah, shout out for them. Shout out for this team win. When honestly, I don't think they have a very good roster at all. They're winning football games. And Packers, you're able to run the ball. Cool. Jordan Love, he had the yards, but just no touchdowns, 1 interception. To me, that seems like, okay, they were able to get into the red zone a couple times and just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, and then with Jordan Love's people's problem with him is that he's inconsistent. The thing I like about Jordan Love's inconsistency, it's 3 wins, 1 loss. I'd much rather 3 wins, 1 loss than 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. Or people like Jameis Winston, where it's like 1 win, 3 interceptions. 1 win, 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions, 3 interceptions. 1 win, 5 touchdowns. So I'll take Jordan Love over anything else a lot of scenarios, like not 7 times out of 10 for sure. Because there is people out here who show real inconsistency. All right, we got the Saints and Rams. The Rams taking an easy one. I don't got too much. We could start running through these ones. The Rams belt to ass.
Rams when they had a day. Matthew Stafford, obviously, great day. Puka, Devontae Adams, great day. Man, they did
Shit, we could
everything
show them
right on
some love.
offense. Saints, I think they started their rookie Tyler Shock, and he was just okay. Obviously, the Saints aren't contending for anything. They're getting their rookie quarterback experience and seeing if he's going to be their guy for the future. And then the Rams are marching towards a playoff spot.
I was gonna say, do the Saints play the Raiders this year? Yeah, I wish they did because I want to see the battle of the two worst.
Oh, they do get to play the Dolphins and the Titans, and they got some.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the
Jets?
Saints versus the Jets because even though the Jets have a little more veteranship, the Saints just need some like moral, like, oh no, you guys are still NFL level, NFL caliber, like NFL level. They just suck. Like, I mean, it happens every year. There's somebody has to be the bottom of the barrel. I don't expect too much of their roster to just be their roster moving forward for the next 3 years. It's all good. They're on a rebuild. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Boogie, how does this work? Is this not over?
No, because both teams get the ball in overtime, even if the first team scores a touchdown.
I thought it was just 3 points. They changed it?
So last year this rule only applied in the playoffs.
Gotcha.
Did they go for 2? The Raiders are stupid.
Oh, they went for the win and lost.
They went for the win and they lost.
In real time, everybody. We just got this in real time.
That is so
we had live updates in real time. And you know what?
You're a bad team.
No. No. Be very aggressive when you're a bad team because we'll remember these ones forever. Because next year we're actually going to be able to capitalize on it. El Boogie, are the Jacksonville Jaguars fakers? I say yes.
Yeah.
They're fakers.
Well, I'll put it like this. I don't take them serious as a wild card team. They're certainly not winning their division, and I don't see them being a wild card team. So, I'd say they're fakers. I think they got off to a very hot start. I think their defense is capable. Trevor Lawrence, he has good days and he has bad days. I think today was an okay day. He had a rushing touchdown, so good for him. Gino actually had a much better game. Like, honestly, 4 TDs to 1. I'm used to seeing it flipped. I'm used to the flip, so this is actually really good from Gino. Ashton Genty, they could not run the ball today. They got Brock Bowers back healthy today, and clearly that man is healthy. Clearly.
Shout out to whoever has him on their fantasy.
Oh man, he cooked. Yeah, I mean, it's the Jaguars would have had extreme red flags if they didn't walk away with a win here, and honestly, they were 1 play away from losing this game. But yeah, Raiders came up short.
I want to say thank you to both of them for bringing some life to Vegas because obviously it looks like all the touchdowns were scored in the fourth quarter. Maybe this was a missing field goal or a point extra temp. It looks like a crazy fun fourth quarter. So I mean, for 2 teams that I don't expect making it too much noise this year, which the Jacksonville Jaguars, they were fakers, so we did expect a little bit of noise, but shout out to the Raiders. It looks like you guys gave Vegas a show on a Sunday. So I like that. I'd rather them give people a shit. Let's go for it. Hey, if Gino did this at the end of the game, I like that more than I would like, okay, let's see if we could keep this going. Like, hell nah, let's go for it. All right. This what most people's NFL game of the week, El Boogie. The Chiefs versus the Bills. We just watched pretty much the fourth quarter during the show. Caught a lot of good glimpses of it. It does look like the Bills were always ahead until the Chiefs just started magically to come back. Looks like they had a chance at the end. El Boogie, how you feel about the 6-2 Bills and the 5-4 Chiefs?
I think the Bills offense just had a pretty good day overall. They were able to run the ball, throw the ball. I think really what won this game was the Bills defense. They gave Patrick Mahomes fits. They were in his face. Secondary did a good enough job of breaking up critical passes. Mahomes didn't even throw for a touchdown. Mahomes was having a hot streak of performances the past couple weeks, and today he throws no touchdowns and a pick. So to me that says, hey, Bills defense had an amazing day. Yeah, happy to see this as a Broncos fan. And yeah, but I mean, the Chiefs, obviously, they had a chance down the stretch. They had the ball. They could have gotten a touchdown. They had several opportunities, and they just couldn't get it done. So This was just another classic matchup between these two teams. I think the Bills tend to win in the regular season, but then the Chiefs tend to win in the postseason. So if these teams come back again in the postseason, I know who I'm putting my money on.
Yeah, so I would say that the Bills have to take this win with a grain of salt because it's like, yeah, it's cool we beat them, but guess what? They're gonna be more ready than if we see them again. If we see them again, it's gonna be in the playoffs. Be careful, you know who you're going against. Don't get toe up because we know what's happened historically, and that Patrick Mahomes guy is still on the squad, and as long as he's still on the squad, he knows your guys' secret, and that's that. I'm much more likely to finish this in the playoffs. So with that being said, cool win. Do it 2 times in a season because it seems like you guys haven't been able to do it before. Hey, do it 2 times in 1 season, and guess what? The second time is probably more important than the first. Any other than that, I mean, Josh Allen's showing up as a competitor game in, game out. We can't say Josh Allen's name without giving James Cook a lot of the credit, taking a lot of the workhorse work, 114 yards, 27 carries. That's getting after it. Only 4.2 average. I'm sure there was some huge runs in there. I'm sure there was some stops at the line of scrimmage, but you keep at it, you'll have a productive running back like that. I like to see it. Not a huge guy, not a power back, not Derrick Henry side. Like that's a workhorse right there. We talk about Christian McCaffrey. Look at James Cook. That's putting in a lot of effort to make sure that your team wins by 7 points. So shout out to everybody. Shout out Dalton Kincaid. Who was most productive on the Chiefs? Let's see. I think we have an injured Pacheco. Oh, you
Yeah,
know how long he's
he's
out?
injured. I think just a week or two. But Pacheco wasn't really doing much anyway. I mean, I think I honestly want to say that Kareem Hunt is their RB1. He was already getting the bulk of the carries
I
with
thought
a healthy.
Pacheco was kind of getting activated again
Well,
this year, though.
I'll say Kareem was producing more.
Yeah.
He was better yards per carry, more carries, more touchdowns. That Kareem is just their guy.
All right, and then with some active games or some active picks that we could get, I actually like this Sunday night game. I would have enjoyed the Chiefs and Bills more, especially now that we watched the Chiefs and Bills game. I could easily see the Seahawks running away with this one. Guess who's not playing today, El Boogie?
Mr. Jaden Daniels.
So I like this as a Sunday night game, and guess what? Guess who they play on Sunday night 2 weeks from now? The Commanders.
Really?
The Broncos are their Sunday night game too. So their 2 Sunday night games are potentially 2 non-Jaden Daniel games. We just had the Chiefs and the Bills go at it almost to the last play of the game to continue or maybe go into overtime or a 2-point. I hope this game ends up good. I don't think this game ends up good. The Commanders have been getting beat down. They are in a sophomore slump as far as their quarterback goes, just due to injuries and just due to a couple injuries on the team and just a couple things going on in that locker room. I expect the Seahawks to win potentially 14 points. I know they're on the road, but they play really good offensive football. I could imagine them silencing the crowd tonight.
Now, what I will give the Commanders credit is I think they are very reliant on their scheme, and even without Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota starting, their scheme still works. So I don't think I see this as a blowout. I'm still taking the Seahawks to win, but I think this is going to be a one possession game with the Commanders having a chance down the stretch. I really wish the NFL would flex. Like I know that they reserve that for like the end of the season when they start flexing time slots.
Yeah.
If they would have been able to flex this one to the afternoon and Bills Chiefs to the evening, that would have been perfect. I'd have been so down for that, but that's not the world we live in.
Yeah. I still expect it to be a solid game. Why I watched so much of it? Well, we'll see. I'm getting hungry. We got the Arizona Cardinals and Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. El Boogie, the Dallas Cowboys could be one of the funniest teams to make it to the playoffs this year. They're also one of my serious contenders for not making it to the playoffs, but barely not making it. They're like my serious contenders. There's only so many teams where it's like they're in the hunt. They're in the hunt. I think the Dallas Cowboys this season are going to look back at so many moments this season and be like, we did not make the playoffs because we got rid of the best pass rusher and potentially a generation. We had to shoot out every single game. We have a better offense and a starting quarterback, something the Bengals don't have, right? Because the Bengals would be in the same position as the Cowboys. They'll be my team who, damn, they could have made it, but they didn't. They're going to do exactly what the Bengals did last year. They're on the cups of that type of season at Boogie. They could still lose to the Arizona Cardinals. That's what type of Cowboys team we have. But they're likely going to win this game. But more importantly, how do you feel?
See, my thing is, one I've noticed looking at the Cardinals, ever since Kyler Murray got hurt and Jacoby Brissett's been the quarterback, He's been operating very well in this offense. He's been operating very well. He had a good game the last 2 weeks, I believe.
Solid.
So if anything, he's honestly been playing better than Kyler. So that's why I'm not counting out this Cardinals team, especially with the Cowboys having the defensive struggles that they've been having. So I think this will be another high scoring game. Overall, I do like the Cowboys more, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals pull it off. And as far as the Cowboys go, I think the Cowboys, similar to the Ravens, have a very tough shot at making the playoffs just because of who they're going to be competing against for wild card spots. See, West, they're going to have they're going to have 3 playoff teams probably. Rams, 49ers, Seahawks. That's 2 wild card spots gone. So now you have teams like a Green Bay, a Chicago, Dallas. They're all competing for 1 wild card spot because the Lions will probably win the NFC North. Then yeah, you have those 3 teams are competing. And if it is a Cowboys versus Packers and they have the same record, guess who wins? Packers.
Yes.
So
I want the I mean I got the same story with them. There's nothing to it. I'm excited. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I don't know what happens with the rest of the season, but they're gonna be one of those teams. I'm telling you. All right. So to kind of close out, I do want to talk a little bit about NBA, but we're reaching that hour point. Oh, Boogie, it happened, and I need you to talk to me about it. Georgia Tech. Like I said, Georgia Tech could be any team, and it's likely that they won't. I really believe in my heart that last year's Georgia Tech team, this year's Georgia Tech team could be any team 1 through 5. They could also lose to any team 1 through 80. And this was one of those weeks. Georgia Tech has fallen to NC State. What do I know about NC State? Not too much. I've kind of fallen off on my Jesus Christ. They lost to a 5-4, a 4-4. But look, we got some close. That's a very good Virginia Tech team. Who else did they lose to? I think Duke was trash this year. Virginia, that's an amazing Virginia team. Oh, they beat Virginia. Oh, okay.
it's still,
but Georgia Tech has took their first L of the season, potentially putting them out unless they beat goddamn Georgia of the playoffs.
I don't think so. I think
is it 16?
Or is
it 12?
It's a 12-team playoff, but I think there's still a lot. I mean, one loss doesn't get you kicked out, especially when they're still in contention for their championship game.
Got you.
And honestly, even if let's say they finish 11-1 and lose their championship game, I could still see them getting in as the number 11 team.
The last game of the season is Georgia. That's why I'm like, this team could be anybody 1 through 5, but also lose to anybody 1 through 80.
If they win their ACC championship, it's probably going to be Miami, Georgia Tech. So as long as they get to that game, whether they lose to Georgia or not, as long as they get to that game, they are still alive for a playoff spot. If anything, them and Miami are very similar spots. They just have to get to the ACC championship game. It's crazy Miami lost to SMU. Absolutely insane.
It was a tough week. It was a tough week for top 15.
Go to the standing. Go to the conference standing. I got to see who's at the top of the ACC.
Virginia.
Wow. It's not even mine.
Didn't Virginia take a stupid loss? Virginia's 12, bro. I said that's a very good Virginia team.
They lost
that
to NC State.
NC State won. So NC State's, a conference
but even
team.
So, if Georgia Tech, you win out, but then you lose to Georgia, you still get into your conference championship game. You get into your conference championship game, and then boom, you have a chance.
I'm trying to see if there's any more tough ones, man. I really do think this Florida team was a much better team than they got credit for. I just think they took a lot of really silly L's to start the season. That Florida team is better than what people give them credit for.
Should Texas be 13? They went from 20 to 13 because they beat Vandy.
That's a good Vanderbilt team.
It is. But see, then Georgia.
No, but they're beating. They're winning.
What's gonna happen in a couple weeks? Georgia's finna put belt to ass against Texas. Like, what's gonna happen? Like,
would Georgia do good in the first round of the playoffs? Let's say they're 12, they have to face 6 or 5 or however it works. Because I know a couple teams get off, right? Or is it straight? Yeah.
It would be like 12 versus 5.
Does Texas win the first round?
If they're 12?
If they're 12.
No.
But Virginia does?
Well, if Virginia wins their conference, they're 4. They get a bye.
Okay. So with all this being said, what my point is does Texas win one round? Yes.
It depends
Do
on
other
depends
teams
who they
win
play against.
round one? I don't know. So Texas versus Texas Tech. Do I have Texas winning? Yes. This is an amazing Texas Tech team. I have Texas winning. Do I have Texas beating anybody in the top 4? Hell no. It's almost like a pointless game. They're not being Indiana. They're damn sure not being Ohio State. It'd be a good game, but I know for a fact Oregon would still beat. There's a lot of teams that would just still beat them, right? But Miami versus Texas, that'd probably be one of the greatest playoff games we've ever watched in our lives. It just they're not these top 4 teams. They're not Ohio State. They're not Indiana. They're not Georgia. They're not who else is it? Who's number 4? Did Alabama have a bye? I know
I think
Alabama's like
Alabama
top 20.
did have a bye this week.
Yeah, I do like this Oklahoma team. I watched the Oklahoma game. They were pretty good. I know they had a crazy loss. South Carolina. Yeah, are they beating Mississippi? Is Texas beating Mississippi? No. But are they beating Texas Tech? Huh? Ole Miss?
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just funny hearing someone say Mississippi.
Mississippi, Ole Miss. Yeah, are they beating Ole Miss? I don't know. Cincinnati, Utah. Oh man, you want to talk about CU? CU. Rough.
People are speculating Dion won't even be the coach next year. What do you think?
Too much money in the community.
I mean, but given how the season has gone, given his health issues that have continued to arise.
That's where I would say it gets really, really rough. But I hope he continues to be the coach at Colorado, but I hope he chooses what's best for him. What's best for the program in Boulder, Colorado is Deion Sanders. What's best for Deion in the actual school, those are conversations happening in the background. He gave us years of excitement. He did give them a good bowl game against BYU. He did give them a Heisman, which is humongous because a team that, our Heisman should come from the SEC. Heisman should come from the top of the ACC, not the newly entered Big Ten team that was Pac-12. And I'm not talking about Oregon. I'm talking about the bottom of the Pac-12. He did what he was supposed to do. And I don't know if he should rebuild, but that's what they're doing right now. They're rebuilding. You have to rebuild a star like Travis Hunter. You can't have another kid and wait 18 years to create a star.
There's not another Travis Hunter.
Yeah, for real, there's not another Travis Hunter. So I don't know. It's up to him if he wants to restart, but if his health, and specifically for a guy like himself, if he follows God first, he's gonna move wherever his spirit moves first. So I feel like whatever is best for him, he's gonna do, and he's gonna make that decision. If he loves Boulder, he loves the money. If it's what God's calling him to do, he's going to continue to stay at Boulder. He's willing to restart and redo this, right? He has enough flair and swag to do it. Remember, they're not a good team. There are teams that are way worse than this. They still compete against ranked teams, right? It seems like they're playing better against their ranked teams and playing a little off against these off-the-end teams. This is a team that almost beat Georgia Tech. That's a ranked team. They almost beat BYU. That's a ranked team. They almost beat Utah. No, was it Utah? Who? Let's see. They played plenty of ranked teams this year.
See, they've just had a bad go of it. I think what makes it worse is they've just had a lot of ugly,
Utah whooped their ass.
They've had a lot of
ugly
about? Games this year. Just ugly.
Was it who? There was another ranked team they played. They did play Oklahoma. Oh my God, what the hell happened with Oklahoma State? You remember this year they got like shot in the back of the head by Oregon? Was that last year? No, that was this year.
That game that was last year, 24.
November. Okay. What? Yeah.
So Georgia Tech beat them. Houston beat them pretty confidently.
That was the final of the BYU game? Oh, I'm in the wrong year. Thank you.
ECU?
Damn. They getting that. Ooh.
That's the problem. It's so many ass whoopings. Like, if they have the same record, but they're, a 7-point game, a 7-point loss, 3-point loss. No, a lot of these are ass whoopings.
I wonder why BYU was so off against them. I don't know.
Road, altitude. All
right, El Boogie. We're going to go over it briefly. We have hit our hour mark, but it's live in person, man. We don't get this too often. El Boogie, we got a lot of things going on in the NBA. Not too many controversies. I see Draymond Green's being Draymond Green still, having a good time, high-stepping. It's really early in the season. Shout out to the Bulls.
5-0. I think I saw something. They're 5-0 for like the first time in franchise history.
Word? Even the
I know it sounds crazy, but I guess they never won 5 games to start.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Let's just do it because I'm not paying too much attention yet. There's gonna come a time where it's gonna take over our news feeds. There's gonna take a time where it takes over our pages, right? Highlights and everything. Shit, early predictions. Championship.
Honestly, so far, the team that has surprised me the most so far has been the 76ers. Seeing the production in their backcourt with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, the rookie, they have been lights out, those two. So I've been really happy to see them. If they can have those two go crazy, and Joel Embiid just stay healthy, he can get hurt for like a 2-week period in the middle of the season, but if he's just healthy when it matters, I think they have a chance to do something. Like maybe not win a title or go to the finals, but they can make a good playoff run.
See, I'm not a hater, but I'm not a hater. I really want the best for people. I want the best for people who play at a very high level. Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, there's just never going to be a level of trust that I have that they're going to finish a playoff series, let alone an entire playoff run. So if they are developing a team that can win without those guys, great. Developing a team to win with those guys is just not going to work. It's going to work if they're healthy. I mean, God, it's a fact that though if they stood healthy for plenty of playoff runs, we're talking multiple championships, or at least one with Embiid, two with Davis. Like he would have at least two. I think Embiid would have at least one. Without the health, it doesn't matter. Like they're I don't think they're preparing to win with the Joel Embiid. I wouldn't be. You get all you they. I mean, these guys have $1 million of training and everything. Some things your bodies can't take. Well, I don't know if it's the 82 games. I don't know if it's the workload. I don't know if it's being above 6'9" and having to. We don't know, right? Like from a sports science, I don't know what the hell a man who's 6'9", 280 pounds has to go, or 250 pounds has to go through to stay in shape. But as far as those two's careers, I don't think any team should be planning to win the championship with them. If they are available and they're ready to play, God bless, we're ready, we're good. But planning to have them in those deep playoff runs, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it because you're gonna end up hurt.
5 games in, so far so good.
Yeah, you got yeah. What about West? Who's the left?
It's Jemima.
I was like, I don't really. Out the West, I'm going Nuggets. I can't wait till they get their team chemistry.
But like, why this core has been around together for a while.
This is a new roster, though.
Well, okay. Bruce Brown, I don't consider him new since he played with a lot of the core members.
Fair enough.
They did get the guy they traded for Brooklyn to replace Michael Porter Jr. So he's
gonna take some time.
Who else is they have other than that?
Aaron Gordon's turning into the tier before superstar. He's an all-star, but he's the tier before superstar. But it's the
same guys. They played together for years,
and they're gonna be healthy this year.
Just chemistry.
They got chemistry.
Well, my thing is it's too early for us to really say anything because again, only 5 games in. Like seeing the Warriors in 8th, I don't care about that because again, only handful of games. I think what I do like to see, I like to see the Trailblazers, even giving the head coach controversy, having a really good start to the season. I love seeing, oh God, the Pelicans.
Yeah, I'm like, let's address this in real time. What happened here? I don't know what their roster's going to do. Does CJ stay?
McCollum?
Yeah, he's gone. Or he's hurt. Damn, CJ got left. I wonder where he went.
The sad part is they signed DeAndre Jordan right before the start of the season, and he is their starting center.
Shit, make your money. Isn't he 40?
Close. Yeah.
Damn, what's going on here?
They're just a really bad team.
Well, it's early, but that's a horrible start.
Look at the blowouts. Look.
Shit, even in baseball, you can't really.
Look at the blowouts.
Yeah, what the hell is going on?
Like, look at that, bro. Like, that's like one ass whooping, it happens.
Is niggas balling on? Oh, yeah, they balling on them, too. Hold on, let's see. What the hell is going on? Damn, again? I know he didn't do this twice.
No, it's the same game.
Okay, I was about to say, how you get 0 rebounds as Zion Williamson? Oh, my God. So the second game of the season?
I don't even think Zion's necessarily the problem.
Okay.
Okay. You know what's crazy? They traded for Jordan Poole, and they started bringing him off the bench. This is the first game of the season where he started, but they started bringing Jordan Poole off the bench.
I mean, he was productive in this game.
I don't know. I think that team needs a complete teardown. I wouldn't be surprised if, they decide to do something crazy, like sell the team and relocate. I would not be surprised if they did something like that because they're
drastic.
Do you see the ass whoopings?
Yeah,
that belt to ass is drastic. Like that's crazy.
Hey man, shout out them. That shit does look horrible. How is Mr. Braun? He's out, right?
I think he's hurt.
Yeah,
just crazy to start the season hurt.
So is Austin Reeves the number 1 option?
Austin Reeves has been hooping.
Whoa!
You didn't see?
Wow!
Austin Reeves has been fucking hooping.
What? A half of
almost
bill?
Almost a 50-point triple dub.
Oh,
Luka didn't even play that game, and they won.
Damn, I didn't even think of Luka. Like Austin Reeves is the number one option.
Austin Reeves is a ball.
Look, oh no, Luka. Okay, I see Luka's on here. I was about to say like they promoted Austin. Here, what the hell? Since when has he been capable of making 50 points in a game?
Austin Reeves is
he's a baller, but 50.
He's
how many players in their careers get 50 points?
I think he's had a high 30s before.
I don't know, man.
All it takes, and you gotta think,
is he playing at Clay level status in his prime?
He is a young
Clay level, Clay Thompson. He's not playing at that level.
He's not shooting lights out like a prime Clay.
Okay,
but he has the capability to go and get a bucket.
So look, like when I see Luka Doncic do it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's just Luka. Like Luka just does that.
Austin Reeves is a dog, bro.
This is Austin Reeves. 50 is not Austin Reeves. This is Austin Reeves. 21, 4-4, 36 minutes. This is Luka Doncic. See how I'm not turned up by this. I'm like, oh yeah, Luka. Yeah, that's just Luka. Like Luka just does that shit. Like
I like Austin Reeves, man.
I didn't know he was Damian Lillard. Like, god damn. All right, that's the last person we'll check up on, and then all right, so like we're gonna pick up on NBA. So obviously we seems like we're a little more interested this year.
Shout out Wemby, man. Wemby's been amazing so far.
Oh, is Dame injured?
No, I don't believe so.
Is he not the number one on the team? He's injured. He has to be.
Oh yeah, he probably is.
Okay, cool.
So you got Drew Holiday starting?
Really? Drew Holiday's on the damn, that would have been
it's that he was on the Trailblazers, then they trade him to Boston. He gets his title. Then he gets traded to Bucks, and then the Bucks trade him back to Portland.
Wow. Damn, that would have been a great pickup for the Nuggets, though. I would have liked him there.
Off the bench? Oh yeah.
What? Oh yeah. Anyways, that was a good one. I think I like in person, El Boogie. I'm excited for the ones that we get to do, and moving forward, how many we do get to do. But I think that about wraps up another edition of El Boogie and the Bell. El Boogie, if you could do me a favor and take us out in person.
Hey, we appreciate y'all tuning. We appreciate y'all tuning into El Boogie and the Bell in person. Hoping to bring y'all more in-person sports content. But in the meantime, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube, follow our TikTok account, and we'll continue to bring you this good sports content next week.
Peace.